I enjoy joining you here weekly, twice a week, but I can honestly say I was never more eager to join you right now to talk about the U.S. men's national team and their World Cup qualifying campaign, which has been illuminated tonight thanks to an 18-year-old from El Paso, Texas, who was approached by Mexico who desperately need a center forward. We in the United States, I stopped asking for a center forward. I said, we can't develop them. We had Brian McBride, we had Josie Altidore, but maybe we weren't supposed to have one. And then, here he comes in all his glory. Ricardo Pepi scores 2 goals for the United States, proving that the U.S. are truly a second-half team. So we're going to break it down. I'm just going to focus exclusively on the U.S. I'm not going to talk about qualifying because I don't think we need to scoreboard watch anymore. I do not think we need a scoreboard watch. I said 7 points in this window. I am guaranteeing 9 points. I thought this is where they could drop some points. Keep in mind, this U.S. team, many of these guys were just meeting each other for the first time. Very few had played each other. 18-year-old, 18-year-old, 20-year-old, 20-year-old, 19-year-old. And they're like, hey, what's going on? Good to meet you. So I figured there would be a bit of a drag. You know, there's a lot of different parts. No John Brooks, no Christian Pulisic, no Gio Reyna, no Tim Ream. Regulars that you would have on the national team. This was kind of a makeshift group. Now, Jamaica got decimated with players going, which probably changed it. But I started feeling I could have been right about this because after 45 minutes, I figured I was going to come in here and talk to you about VAR. VAR, why isn't it being used in CONCACAF World Cup qualifying? Rayon Radix, the Grenadian referee. I have some friends from Grenada. I have the utmost respect for Grenada. I want to visit Grenada. Shalry Joseph, great Grenadian international. A place that is connected to the U.S., a very geopolitical connection, as you know. But it has a small 10-team league, and I wonder how a referee who's used to refereeing there could officiate a game of this magnitude. It was his first World Cup qualifier. Now, this isn't about him, but after 45 minutes, I thought I might have to be talking about him because of the 2 decisions that I thought both should have been red cards because denial of goal-scoring opportunities. But now I really don't have to talk about him because for the second time, Ricardo Pepi and the U.S. dug deep and came out and took this. So, we'll talk about the game, but I want to have an umbrella comment to say I'm guaranteeing 9 points for the U.S. in this window. They're going to beat Panama in a tight game. They're going to blow the doors off Costa Rica. By the January window, the U.S. will probably have their World Cup ticket stamped. That's how confident I feel. Maybe it goes to the next month. I think it's February. That's how confident I feel. This team is on its way, so we don't have to say, what is Costa Rica doing? What is Honduras doing? What is Panama? The U.S. have shown to me they're going to make the World Cup and they're going to do it comfortably. This is the Soccer OG. The Soccer OG, where you get all the good stuff. If you're listening to this video, I encourage you to go over to the Soccer OG podcast, where podcasts are available. I think my best work on there, a new feature called the In-Stadium Experience, a podcast that takes you in the stadium to get you all the atmosphere. And we also preview this game a little bit. But take a listen, Soccer OG, just like that. And please subscribe right here. We're going to have this videos after every game. We'll get you ready for early November 12th, Mexico. We have some special stuff in there. So please like as well. I always never say don't like it. Thumbs Up City. We're here at the Soccer OG. We're from Thumbs Up City. Now, some people over there from Thumbs Down City, you're not welcome here. You can just go back to Thumbs Down City. You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? But if you want to come up to Thumbs Up City, more than welcome. Big picture, it was the first 45 minutes, the U.S. had to figure some things out. They were throwing numbers up, but they couldn't get the cross in. Let's go over the particulars, please. The starting 11. I was really surprised that people thought there was a debate between Zach Steffen and Matt Turner. This is Matt Turner's job until something happens. And I don't think something's going to happen. He was solid again tonight. Matt Turner is our number one. And when you look at these positions, you have 11, and by the time you want to get to the World Cup, you want to see that 8 or 9, if not all of them, are confirmed. That the starting 11 is as concrete as possible. Hopefully, no injuries, knock on wood. But you want a goalkeeper, you've got that. You might have the number 9 with Ricardo Pepi. Back 4, Serginho Dest, great game from Dest. Walker Zimmerman, who came in, he wasn't even on the roster. The injuries to John Brooks. Tim Ream also opened the door for him to start against Miles Robinson. Anthony Robinson, the left back. Midfield, as we had hoped for in many ways. We wanted to see what Yunus Musa could do. No Sebastian Lletget in this game, so the Sebastian Lletget hate committee can celebrate. It looks like he's on the back wheel of this national team, which is a good thing. Musa, Adams, McKennie. Up top, Areola, Ricardo Pepi, and Brendan Aronson. Halftime came, 68th minute. Gyasi Zardes in for Pepi. Tim Weah for Aronson. We'll talk about Weah. Luca Della Torre gets his debut there. He looks like Kerry Savagnin, if you remember him. It cracked me up. 77th minute, Della Torre, Shackmore in for Yunus Musa, Serginho Dest. So there you have it. So that 11, you want to start locking down these positions. How many are locked down? Miles Robinson has locked down that center back position. It really is remarkable how quickly he has become our featured defender. He's in. Serginho Dest is close. As long as he doesn't have to defend too much, he was great going forward. Finding space, was involved in the first goal, and good, just smart play, breaking down Jamaican defenders. Is he locked in there? Possibly. I don't know who the guy next to Robinson's going to be. Anthony Robinson, I just don't know. I don't know. He's left-footed, though. Adams, yes. So there's a third. McKennie, yes. Didn't play great, but coming back with a lot on his shoulders. He has an identity thing going on. He needs to work that out, whether it's on the field, off the field. Weston McKennie's not right there, but I'm going to put him in there. Paul Areola, he's not going to be a starter, but man, he did a job. A lot of Areola detractors. He did a job. Went the full 90 minutes. Still buzzing. Had some shots late in the game. Pepi, yes. He's locked in. Brendan Aronson, yes. Locked in. What position? I'm not sure. But somewhere in that starting 11. So I've given you 6 names. That's not bad. I don't know what this is. 6 names. That's not bad at all. The U.S. now got over the disappointment of the officiating decisions. They didn't quell it. Well, McKennie was great. He went over to the referee at the break, and you could see the referee was affected. He's like, oh, man. He wasn't trying to say, hey, man, my way or the highway. It's a tough spot. I felt for him there. But McKennie put his hand around him, which is very Weston McKennie, which is why I like him a lot. I'm always going to give him the benefit of the doubt until I can't. Crossing wasn't good. Certainly not in that first half. Also want to say, very important by the crowd to be there on time. The worst is when a U.S. team started. We've seen it at the Gold Cup where there's empty seats. You're like, oh, gosh. Austin was there on time. They need some better song selections, but it was loud. It was atmospheric. That stadium's amazing, too. And there's something that, did you notice when the goalkeepers were setting up their wall? You could hear them crystal clear. There's something about the way sound travels where you could hear Andre Blake going, yeah, to the left, go, no, did it. Incredible. Came right through my TV screen. I wish I was there. We'll get to some of these games, and we'll do the Soccer OG Podcast International very soon. So hats off to the folks in Austin. Austin, check it for being a venue once again. By the way, USA no shots on goal in the first half. They had like 16 in the second. It was insane. I'm trying to pull up. It doesn't matter. It was a lot. 0 shots on goal. They had 7 shots, I think, on target. 6 or 7 by the end. Let's talk now about the man of the hour. Again, Serginho Dest was good. Aronson was good. Areola was good. Turner, Robinson, all good. But Ricardo Pepi, who didn't get a lot of touches, and he gets these 2 balls in, and he completes it. One with the header, one with the foot. He just looks the part of that classic center forward. We have to, his star is going to rise, but he's still 18 and he has to check off these things. But the way he's adapted to scoring 3 goals in 2 games, from being involved in the last 6 goals the U.S. has scored. Think about that. Trailing Honduras 1-0. Pepi goes, ba 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 ba. I can't do this with my fingers anymore. 6 goals involved. Scores 3 of them. If you are a striker, you average a goal a game. You are elite. And he's averaging a goal and a half. Small sample size. So I'm just happy we have those guys. The Ricardo Pepi situation, I want to bring in, when you look at guys that mirror this country, the Hispanic population right now, I believe, is 1 out of every 5 people in the United States is Hispanic. It's close to 20%. The Hispanic population, 18 and under, of which Ricardo Pepi is 25% of the United States. This is us. He is a reflection of us. It's an incredible story. Family from Mexico. Mexico came to see if he would go there. Mexico desperately needs a forward. He said, no. I want to come here to the United States because of what they've done for my family. They're very proud. El Paso. From what I am told, all they do, it's all soccer all the time. It's a Mexican town. It's soccer being played. And if you've been to El Paso, you can see the border right from there. It's a place that we have to explore. Places like this where we'll find talent like this. Pepi is salt of the earth. I am proud to go shoulder to shoulder with him for anything. It gets me emotional when I see someone like this because we always wanted to see a player. We always said, maybe this next great player is playing in El Paso or Santa Ana or whatever it might be. And he is. We kept told you, it's happening before our eyes. His marketability is through the roof. Could not be lovelier. The big question is what happens with him in the year ahead. Clubs are going to come to FC Dallas, which developed Weston McKennie and so many others. Me counting these fingers again, but you know it. It's Tanner Tessman. I can't remember. Brian Reynolds. So that's beside the point. But their academy's been amazing. Now Ricardo Pepi. And FC Dallas and El Paso, not exactly rubbing shoulders to each other in the state of Texas. North and south right there. But they got him. And the price, whatever, it's not 8 million, 12 million. It's $20 million at least. This is elite striker, elite talent. You can't get that. You see that kind of talent to a lesser degree with Erling Haaland, who can finish with all of that. Although Haaland's obviously a little bit more mobile. What happens with him? He's going to leave FC Dallas. Does he stay another year and groom? FC Dallas is not a good club to be with right now. Not playing well. Getting a lot of criticism. Where does he go? Wherever he goes, does he play? These are all important questions. He's our baby right now. We gotta make sure he eats well, gets enough rest. Ricardo Pepi is our baby. And he is a guy by 2026 when he is 23 years old, 24, 23, is leading this front line. So all good from the U.S. We'll be back on Sunday to recap the Panama game. The United States have an exemplary record in Panama. They never lost down there. So I think worst case scenario is a tie. I'd be shocked if they digress because we talked about the depth of the team, and this is where that's going to pay off. The U.S. is deeper than everyone else. These teams are going to shrink. Injuries or suspensions. The U.S. will just go, look, we can come. The bench play. Oh, this is another thing about Zardes before I get to Timothy Weah. Zardes came on, was great too, but he had 2 chances that he couldn't finish. One was a header and one was from across. And I'm like, I think Pepi finishes both of those. That's how good he is. Anything that comes his way, he puts in the goal. Or as they said in rugby, anything he touches, he destroys. Sorry, that's a great movie. Kids, if you haven't seen Rocky IV, get ready to cheer. The bench, the depth is good. Tim Weah. Now, we thought he might start in this game. Paul Arriola got the start. And I'm not saying he stays behind Paul Arriola, but keep in mind that Gio Reyna, Christian Pulisic will be coming back to this team at some point. So, Tim Weah could start for this team, but you look at a guy who could just fly off. He does this for Lille, his club team, a lot. makes a huge impact off the bench. So if his club manager's doing that, Greg Berhalter has to see it. And Tim Weah is not going to settle for that. But right now, assuming Reyna and Pulisic, at least one of them are back in with Aronson, and Tim Weah is another guy. Enjoy it, folks. We've been in this together from the good times and the bad. It looks like good times ahead. We won't get carried away, but I'm just telling you what I see. I'm not trying to sugarcoat it. They're still laboring, and now it's coming easy for them. And it's just going to get better. Soccer OG, like, subscribe.